Hi, YouTube fans. This is Matt of Post April 6th YouTube channel. Guess what I'm going to do today? I am going to display 3 items that I have gotten in the mail from YouTube. Actually, let me correct that. 3 out of 4. One of the 3 package assemblies of items was a 6-pack of just regular white athletic socks with no logos on them or no, like gold toe or toe related two-tone effects. Now this, I repeat, this item was one of them. It is a half cup. It holds about 7 to 8 fluid ounces of coffee, tea, or hot cocoa. Because it says Washington D.C. was so expensive, I could only afford half a cup, meaning half a cup of coffee. I mean, it wouldn't literally be like that, but it's just a good figure of speech, and it's a nice, amusing choice of words and type of expression that get the people going, oh, yeah, I love those type of movies, that type of stuff. So, hold on, I will be right back, and let's take a look at Isabella the cat. Hi, sweetie. Hi, kitty, 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 kitty. Yeah. You're my sidekick. Do you realize as you're taking a nap that millions and millions and millions of people could potentially see you through YouTube? Yeah. Okay, so now I am back, and I got this, a nice trustworthy Victorinox Camper's Swiss Army knife. Look at how many types of blades there are. And there's these too. Look. One, I believe it's this one. That's a toothpick. So if you get something stuck in your teeth and it is uncomfortable, you take it out. 2, if you get a little splinter of wood or a cockleburr or a thorn, you can use that to pull it out. Yep. So let's use this to open up this. You know what's probably in here? I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure what is in here is a VHS tape. And it ain't just any old VHS tape. If I say anything more, I'm spoiling the surprise. Ta-da! Here it is. It's Ready, Set, Go Special Edition, The Beatles. Recorded live in 1964. The songs that they will play live are Twist and Shout, Roll Over Beethoven, I Want to Be Your Man, Long Tall Sally. Because, man, Paul McCartney really belts out some good lyrics. He sounds just as good as Little Richard or whatever the black African American artist that did that at the time. I think it was Little Richard, but it could have been somebody else. Okay, the other songs are Love Me Do, Please Please Me, From Me to You, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Can't Buy Me Love, and Shout. Oh yeah. They did a real good one of that one. And it says that John Lennon says goodnight. Now there may be some singing type of encore-like entertainment with that, or just simply the way he says goodnight. And then he walks away from the microphone. I don't know for sure, but either way, I'll find out and watch this when I got the time. Okay, let's see what's in this big white box, because I know what it is. It's tennis shoes, and it ain't just any old knockoffs made in China or Korea or Taiwan. Nike. Yep. Let's see what these babies look like. Okay, I'll start here. Oh man, these don't want to come open, see? Okay, I removed the Tyvek or the special packaging wrap, and this is what the box looks like. Now let's look at the individual shoes. Oh yeah. I hope this isn't what I'm worried it is. This better be the price the size they said it was. It is. Whew. See? Yeah, I need to widen this part up because I got big flat feet. See, look. Oh, the kitty's looking. Yeah, you're looking, aren't you? Yeah. You want to know what the box is all about. Yeah, you're looking, aren't you? Yeah. You like that stuff. Yeah, I looked at the right shoe. Let's see what the left shoe looks like. I gotta undo the shoelaces. Yeah. That was in there. Let's see if it was in the other one. Oh yeah, they both have that stuffing, so that they don't get a on top, and they're nice and upright right here. Okay, I'll step away for a minute, and I will be right back. You know what this really means? Not only is it Friday, April 25th, but this day is either day 674 or 675 of me having a YouTube channel. Right about here, in a chair that was similar to this one, but it wasn't this exact chair in itself, is where I filmed my second or third vlog. Actually, I need to make a little bit of a correction on that. It was actually where my second and third vlog was filmed. Yep. Right here. Right in this very spot. Okay, I am back. And here, let me stand more like this. So I'm going to look like I'm just sitting up like this instead of like that. Okay. I do plan to post either April 28th or April 29th, my 2-year anniversary. Because you see, the people who have not visited this channel before, post April 6th, YouTube channel was officially formed and came to life, was born, was the birthday, the day that it came into inception was April 28th, 2023. I repeat, April 28th, 2023. And the exact time that I formed that I actually started the channel before I uploaded anything was, I believe it was somewhere between 9 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Actually, let me correct that too. It was somewhere between 8 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Because you see, the reason I say it that way was the thing I had to do before I started the YouTube channel is I needed to establish a post April 6th at Gmail email address through Gmail. Then I logged into YouTube and went through the procedures you're supposed to go through step by step by step by step to form a YouTube channel. And sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I changed the handle itself. I think it was, come to think of it, it may have been the day of May 14th or May 15th when I actually did my 15-second vlog while I was on a lunch break at work at the old grocery store versus where I'm now, which is a different location, which is the new to me grocery store. But the grocery store itself, yes, it's newer for one of the locations within the chain of stores I work for, the chain of grocery stores I work for, but it's not the newest. It's newer because the chain was started back in 1947. Now, I know I'm giving a lot of things away, but me saying the chain of store, the corporation, and the corporation owns several chains of stores, I really better not say that on a YouTube blog because I could get heavily censured by the management that I work with, and I mean heavily. I won't get terminated, but I could get written up, and this general manager of the store is all going to be and rather upset. And I don't want to make him mad because, boy, I bet he can get pretty tough if you make him upset. Nice guy, but I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. I bet he's really good at giving an evil eye when he's upset. Oh boy. Now, the other thing, and this isn't going to be in this vlog, it's going to be in the future at some point. I am going to do a vlog about a Milano straight stemmed briar pipe. I'm going to be smoking it. That is made, that had the tinderbox name and nomenclature on it. Yes, it almost had the tinderbox logo, but the way the font looks, it's just a nomenclature that says tinderbox Milano, made in Italy. Yeah, I bought it yesterday, and I should be getting it in the mail in the next 3 to 4 days. And there's some other goodies coming in the mail. Boy, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because after I got my state of Colorado tax refund, I not only paid over $600 worth of bills I needed to pay, I bought some things I knew I was going to use. They weren't trinkets. Things like this, And these, I'm going to wear these every day, and I'm going to have them on me over 8 hours a day. Yeah, because of the way that's so oval and flat, you can only put that thing up to your mouth a certain way, or otherwise it's gonna get in your nose, or it's gonna spill. It's gonna spill on your shirt, or if you're not wearing a shirt, it's gonna wetten your chest, and you're just gonna want to go in the bathroom and go. Oh boy, what a day. Okay, here is the side angle. Oh goodness, the lens is dirty. Let me do a little bit of repair here. Okay, I got that frostiness off. This right here, or this, which is one and the same, is my new Samsung S25 smartphone that I got for a trade-in through AT&T Wireless at an AT&T store in itself. Yep. I hope this doesn't ruin the recording, but it goes like that. So, if this recording turns out upside down, all I got to say is I apologize. I'm sure many of you know what this is. This is the Wall Street Journal. The printing date of this was Thursday, April 10th. And even though I'm not going to state my political beliefs, but here are the titles on the front page. You know, page 1. Trump backs, pauses many tariffs. Stocks roar with S&P 500, I guess what means 500 points, climbing 9.5%. China still in crosshairs, built trade war arsenal. Okay. North Korea learns in... Wait a minute, let me start that over again. North Korea learns in Ukraine combat. Okay. Are e-bikes a godsend or paving the road to patrician? I'm not going to bother to read that one. Okay, let me look just a little bit more here. Okay, I'll state this and then I'll move on to another subject. According to Dow Jones, or the Dow, DJIA 2,962.86/7.87, NASDAQ 17,124.97, a 12.2% increase. STOXX. I don't know what that means in investment terms. 469.89, a 3.5% decrease or drop. 10-year Treasury bonds. I'm assuming that's what that means. 1.732 decrease. Yield 4.410%. Oil 62.35, a $2.77 increase. Gold $3,056.50, a $88.10 increase. The euro, I believe that's euro currency, 10950, or 1.0950. Yen, I would assume that's Chinese yen, 147.79. Yeah, there's a lot I know about stock, but there's a lot I don't. But why don't I tell you a little bit of a story, speaking of stock investments. Through Scottrade that later turned into TD Ameritrade, and then it turned into something else after that. I think it might be Fidelity or something like that. Between February of 2016 and July of 2016, I invested quite a bit of money. It was over $5,500, and because of the investments and AT&T, steadily maturing the way it was, I got a $554 dividend in my favor. That gave me $6,100. With the $6,100, right in early August, the check was handed to me by my dad, and we shook hands. I was so happy. And then I immediately dropped what I was supposed to do because I had just come home from doing my volunteer work at the hospital. I stopped what I was doing, I turned right around, and I head back to the bank. And I deposited the money. There was only a 3 to 4 business day hold. And then the day before I was to leave and move out on my own officially, which was August 11th, it was a Thursday, I went to the bank and I did a withdrawal of over $3,000. And what I did is I purchased a cashier's check. And then I went over to Safeway to get, I think I got something for my dad, and I got a few things for myself. And then I walked back home, and I just pack, box after box after box. And I stayed at it until, and I kid you not, at least 12:30 in the morning. When I was all done, and I was all packed, the suitcase was all packed up, all the boxes were packed up, and the laptop was in its original box that I bought it in. I got into my pajamas and I went to sleep. And the next day, I got up exactly when I was supposed to. I showered and shaved, and I didn't have anything to cook on. So I asked my dad if I could have a bowl of his cereal with the bowl, and he says, "Yeah, that's fine." And then after I ate that, I went downstairs and I proceeded to fold up the comforter and of the bed and the bed sheets. And my dad says, he says to me, "Look," he says, I think a guy with a Ford F-150 is here. I think that's your ride." And I go out there and we shake hands and we talk a little bit, and then we go downstairs and we use a dolly that my dad had in his second garage, and we just keep loading up, boxes after boxes after boxes after boxes after boxes. And then when I was done, I stopped and talked with my dad, and I shook hands with him. And he gave me a valuable piece of advice. I went outside to Mary Rose, my stepmother, and then I hugged her and kissed her and said goodbye to her. And then we got into his truck, and we drove 100, somewhere between 106 and 109 miles to get reestablished at the 9600 block of East Girard Avenue. That was one of the happiest days of my life. Well, I think that's going to be about enough vlogging for today. So thank you everybody for listening to all this, and goodbye. Well, hello again, YouTube fans. This is Matt. The nighttime sky, I tell you, and it's not an exaggeration, it's really intense. It's very densely foggy. Because this type of darkness isn't the nighttime sky. It's really foggy and dense. If you look down there, see that? Yeah, that haziness brought on by the fog, where it makes the headlights on the car look noticeably different. That's dense fog, and yes. The last, excuse me, the last time I remember it actually getting this foggy here in Denver, Colorado, probably over 10 years ago. Oh goodness, it's really rich, thick fog. Yeah, in fact, I was gonna take a nice little Uber ride voyage or trip over to Twist and Shout Records, but then when I saw how thick the fog was, I was like, nope, I better not. I'm gonna have to decide against it. Oh goodness, see that? That's one hell of a pothole. Yep. Well, I had a good time of it, despite the fact that I wasn't able to make it to Twist and Shout Records. I mailed some important documentation to social services concerning the earnings that I've obtained, and the expenses that I have had to pay, and some other things. And then after I got done at the post office, I went over to a really neat place. It's not open now, but let me see if I can get a close-up of the place. I'll be able to get to that here pretty soon. That is Hampden Street Antique Market. And believe me, there's lots of things to look at. And here's more of here's more proof of how foggy it is. It's really thick. Man, it's something else. Well, I think what would be best to do is include this in it's either 674 or 675 day vlog, and see where things go. Oh, I'm gonna run. Somebody's about to turn. Okay. And I'm gonna do some other things at home on top of that, because there's some things I just want cleared up my mind so that they're taken care of. I don't have to think about them anymore, and I don't have to give them another thought. At least not for another few days. Yep. As I'm walking, all of a sudden, it was a 70s and 80s song. Yeah, I think it was more like late 70s, early 80s. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Yep. I hadn't thought about that song for probably about a month. In fact, I can't play it on or include it in the YouTube vlog because I'll probably be busted for copyright, and they'll make me take this down. But I sure do like that song. I really do. I remember in the late 70s, early 80s, when I was about 6, 7 years old. Oh, brother, I heard that song on the radio so many times. That's one of like hundreds. I can't even begin to count because I heard it so many times. In fact, the number of songs I have listened to, even the ones I've only listened to once, that I've listened to between 1975 and I misspoke. 1975 and 2025, a period of 50 years. Probably quite easily over 100,000. See, here's yet another example. The fogginess is intensifying, I think. Whew! I mean, that thing's less than 2 blocks away. And it looks like it's over a half mile away because of the fogginess. Okay. Yeah, see, I have to film it this way so that the buildings nearby don't show up, because if certain ones do show up, they could get, and someone who owns this building or has ownership of the business, or both, could really raise hell with me. And I don't want that happening. I don't got time for scandals. Yeah, the sky looks almost like nighttime sky. And in a way it is, but in a way it's too much fog. Too much. Well, I think for now it's better for me to go. But thank you again, everyone, for watching. And I hope you all have a good evening and a good day tomorrow. Goodbye.